Ah man, you know AB, about billions, almost broke. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also follow me on social media. Follow Broner too, at Adrien Broner. I'm on his verified Instagram account, and he posted something, took a little jab at Gennady Golovkin. I want to talk about that briefly in this video, and this is what he put. Picture of Golovkin with a mic, and it says, Thurman Spence Garcia, I want the best at 147. Very simple caption with the cherry emojis. Now the funny thing is, a lot of people feel this way. Most people felt that the Kell Brook fight was a money grab and a mismatch, a fight where it didn't really do Golovkin much service, just like Canelo Khan, you know what I mean? Because these are guys who are known for punching power, bigger guys, and they're bringing up welterweights, right? And he also criticized Canelo for bringing up a welterweight in the Khan fight. And then he went out and did the same thing, as we've seen. It ended pretty much the same way. Khan lasted 6 rounds, this lasted 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in the video, this is what, now we're getting somewhere. This is what I'm talking about. And when it comes to new media, a lot of the shit that you guys say, especially when I do these videos, you guys get mad and say, oh, you're full of shit, Ego. Oh my gosh, this doesn't make sense. I made a video, Daring to be Great, an introspective look into weight class jumping, right? It's a 34-minute video talking about this very subject, right? And when I make these videos, people get mad. Oh, you're full of shit. Brook's a great fighter. I never said he wasn't. August 19th, well before the fight. And my message was simple. Respect the weight classes, period. You know what I'm saying? They're in place for a reason, and that's what it is. But you go look at these comments on the video, people are like, no, this is a good fight, you're just hating, blah blah blah. And now to me it looks like this Kell Brook fight, although it might have been financially a positive thing for Gennady Golovkin, because he got maybe some new UK fans, and he made a pretty good paycheck, I'm assuming, to come over to the UK. But the thing is, I think it kind of backfired. If you go through YouTube, I haven't seen everybody's video, I haven't watched a lot of them, but a lot of people are saying Golovkin was exposed, he was exposed. And that's precisely one of the downsides to not fighting your competition. Now, let's say Gennady Golovkin fought Danny Jacobs, and it was a similar fight to Kell Brook, where Danny Jacobs looked good and it was like landed some nice combos, and in the end Jacobs got stopped in 5. Nobody's gonna feel a type of way, because that's a fellow champion, that's a fellow middleweight. He has the lesser version of your belt, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really, he's taller than you, he has power, so there's no shame in that. But when you go in there with the welterweight, and he's actually fearless, and he's boxing well, and some people had him up all rounds up until the stoppage, that's not a good thing. That doesn't make you look like the monster and the legend of your punching power that people said. And now you're getting all types of criticism. Golovkin got exposed by a welterweight. That's why you shouldn't take these fights. If you fight Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, Danny Jacobs, guys like that, and you're in deep, then nobody's gonna feel the type of way. Even Gilberto Ramirez, but no one will feel those types of way because you're fighting adequate competition. But now you've got athletes, other pro fighters like Adrien Broner, and he's basically calling you a cherry picker, because we all know what the cherry emojis means. Thurman Spence Garcia, poking fun at fighting welterweights. So that's basically stipulating, I'm not impressed. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he's saying. That's what most people are saying. Like, what is there to be impressed for stopping a welterweight? And like, see, you got to look at, like I said, you have to now look at Golovkin's past opposition, period. Because you blew Dominique Wade, an undefeated fighter, out of the water, a full middleweight, right? He was your mandatory, cool, you satisfied that. Blew him out of the water, but it took 5 rounds to get Brook out of there. You know what I mean? A lot of people, when it comes to other fighters, they'll be like, why did it take so long? Keith Thurman couldn't get a Bundu out of there, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Why did it take long for Wilder to knock out Szpilka? But look at the end of the Szpilka fight. Szpilka was on the canvas, like, stretched, right? Had to go to the hospital. Now Brook had to go to the hospital too with a broken eye socket, but he held it. See, that's, you know what I'm saying? It lets me know that the resume of Golovkin, no matter how good he is definitely been limited, because your toughest fight shouldn't be someone jumping up 2 weight divisions, period. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. Unless it's an extreme example, like a historic example, where the person jumping up is a Shane Mosley or Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, guys who are super established. But you look at Kell Brook, they said he was cherry picking his last 3 fights after Sean Porter. So it's not like he fought the killers down in 47 past Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he beat Errol Spence or Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia, any of them guys. Broner, he didn't beat none of those guys after Porter. And he still gave you a run for your money. You know what I'm saying? And now you got professional athletes calling you a cherry picker. It's just, like I said, to me, it backfired. It just, there's no other way to put it. It's, people weren't really impressed. So hopefully this gave all the middleweights the inkling, like, this is open season now. I see a way to beat him now. And I did videos about Danny Jacobs and Billy Joe Saunders, who are now more aggressive than ever in calling him out. So this is good. This is what we need. And Golovkin, maybe he can watch the tape and learn, see what he could have done different. But ultimately, it doesn't seem like people are too impressed with the fight. And it actually it might have been beneficial to your purse or to your bank account, but it's not really conducive to your aura of what people thought. You know what I'm saying? Because you got hit with some nice uppercuts. Golovkin got hit with some nasty stuff. And the last thing I'll say is, because I know how when new media speaks, and I speak openly, give you my thoughts, I know a lot of people are going to detract, but Broner, he got his ass beat by Maidana. Has nothing to do with it. But Broner, he got his ass beat by Sean Porter. Nothing to do with whatever he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's just so funny. Daniel Ponce de Leon, he beat Broner ass and got robbed. Like, you guys start rushing to condemn the person who's saying the message and avoid the message. You know what I'm saying? Broner did get thrashed by Maidana. You know what I'm saying? He did lose almost every round except for the 12th to Porter. But guess what? New media, that has nothing to do with it. And you can't even condemn Broner and say that he's ducking, because he took those fights. His second fight at welterweight after jumping 2 weight classes like Kell Brook. So he is the Kell Brook in the situation. He was killing dudes at 135. 135 was not stacked at all. Ricky Burns was ducking him, right? And they might fight in December now. I'll probably make a separate video about that. But Ricky Burns was clearly ducking him, and there was nobody. Terrence Crawford wasn't at 35. There was nobody really there to fight. So he jumped up 2 weight classes, fought Paulie Malignaggi, beat him in a tough fight, split decision. Very next fight, he went from the softest puncher with a name in the division, Paulie Malignaggi, to one of the hardest punchers in Marcos Maidana. Although he lost, he still did the Kell Brook thing and took on that monster in Maidana, who was on like a 3-win streak, all knockouts. He had knocked out Jesus Soto Caras, who got knocked out again yesterday by Kamagai. Shout out to Kamagai. Great body shots and performance. And also he knocked down Josecito Lopez in a fun fight, things like that. And then he took on Broner. So you can't even say Broner is a key. Kell Brook jumped up. Triple G hasn't jumped up. He had opportunities to, and the guys he was trying to select, maybe they didn't want to fight, Chavez Jr. or Frotch or whoever, but there were other options. Gilberto Ramirez, DeGale, Ward, those guys, you know what I mean? You can't pick and choose. You can't say, I'll come up to the division. That's the quintessential of cherry picking to me. Yeah, I'll fight Frotch. I'll fight Chavez Jr.'s undisciplined ass at 168, but I'm not fighting Ward. He got to come down to a catch weight, or we can't fight maybe later. No, you can't peek your head in someone else's division and only want to fight super select people, unless you're in the this is the exception to me. It's like Roy Jones. Roy Jones was a guy who moving up from 54, 160 to heavyweight. That's different. If Triple G did that, like if he had started off way lower and he had most recently fought at 160, and then he wanted to fight the right guy at 168, like a John Ruiz, to get a title in another division, you know what I'm saying? That would make sense. But Triple G's clearly powerful. He clearly has the amateur background. They say he's a small middleweight, but he's clearly tall enough frame-wise. I met him where he could fight a division higher. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be as tall as some of those guys, but that's what happens when you're a great fighter. You might have to. Floyd fights bigger people all the time. Pacquiao fights bigger people all the time. Pacquiao's fighting another guy. You look at the picture, Jesse Vargas looks way bigger than Pacquiao, way bigger. And most people are favoring Pacquiao. But Golovkin doesn't ever have to jump up or dare to be great. So, you know what I mean? That's why this level of criticism. You guys can say whatever you want, but you can't condemn Broner. Broner actually was the one jumping up 2 weight classes, right? He's done that before. You could say he got his ass beat for it, but who knows if everything in boxing happened how it was supposed to happen? We don't know. What if Triple G went up to 168 and those guys take his power better? We don't know what will happen because he hasn't done it. He's not doing it. So for me, I just hope it's the best names at 160 if he's gonna stay at 160. Billy Joe Saunders, Danny Jacobs, Chris Eubank, any of those. But anything less than that, I don't really want to see it. You know what I mean? I definitely don't want another Brook or like Broner saying Thurman, Spence, Garcia. So don't detract from Broner's message to talk about Broner losing, because sometimes that happens. If Golovkin jumped up 2 weight divisions and fought the Ward Kovalev winner, he has a strong chance of losing, because whoever wins Ward Kovalev to me is #1 pound for pound, right? Even if he jumped up and fought Better Be It, these are all dangerous fights. When you in foreign territory in another weight division, it doesn't matter how good your skill set is. If someone else is good too and has power, and then you don't acclimate the same as them, and they've been fighting bigger guys, you know what I mean? So you got to commend guys like the Broners and the Kell Brooks, because they're the ones doing the jumping. They've jumped up. Robert Guerrero, he jumped up. Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. And it's funny because a lot of these A-sides never jumped up. Even Pacquiao and Mayweather, they're A-sides that have jumped up before. Multiple weight classes. In fact, Pacquiao holds the record, 8 weight divisions. Floyd has 5. But these other new school A-sides, they're not jumping up any weight classes. So let me know what you think of Broner's thoughts. Drop in the comment section. Share the video. Like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.